something earlier regarding the Pakistani approach towards Afghanistan, and especially that you studied in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa as well. One of the things we have been seeing, and in the recent history that I have seen in my lifetime, is that every time Afghanistan tried to establish itself a little bit, Pakistan have tried to destroy it by miles. One of the recent example is, even though that the history lessons that you just provided, given that it's an Afghan land and it was signed with the Brits at that time, and now it should be returned back. But look at what's happening to our people. Our people, the Afghanistan people, are being expelled by its very own land, by the government of Pakistan, purposely. And I sometimes think they are trying to provoke the entire nation to something bigger. And look how cruelly they're trying to do it. And one of the things that I find very hypocritical, and I often do kind of speak to people around, and I say, look, I mean, the nation of Pakistan, the public, we respect them, we get on with them. But one of the things that they do is they raise their voices for Syria, which and Gaza and other nations, which is great. Anyway, there is an oppression, we should be raising our voice. But when it comes to Pashtuns or the Afghans on the other side of the Durand line, then the Pakistanis are quiet. Whether that's from the government side, or whether that's the media, or whether that's the general public, they become complete silent. And I find that very, very hurtful and hypocritical. Also, Pakistan has been trying to, fund and provide funding, training, and safe havens to the terrorist organizations. In a very recent interview with Sky News, the Pakistani defense minister was asked that Pakistan has had a long history of backing and supporting, training and funding these terrorist organizations. And he openly admitted, and I quote here, "We have been doing this dirty work for the United States for about 3 decades, and the West, including Britain." Now, I just want to kind of pick up your views on this. Like, what's your take on this? Someone like at the level of a defense minister openly admitting that, yes, we've been doing dirty works, whether that's in India or whether that's in Afghanistan or whether that's in Iran or anywhere else. Yes, we have been doing it, but you know what? We've been doing it for this, and that. What does this show, to the world? That what's Pakistan is a snake. It's trying to oppress people and things, and then trying to portray as a victim. What's your take on this?
Well, let me begin with these refugees issue, which the Pakistanis have always been using as a pressure point on the Afghan states for the last 20 years at least, or 25 years. They have been doing that. It doesn't come as a surprise to me. A state that oppresses its own people.
Yeah.
Go back to history, Balochistan. Liaqat Ali Khan and Jinnah signed an agreement with Prince of Kalat in Calcutta, where they agreed to semi-autonomous state of Kalat and in Balochistan. Okay, and as soon as Pakistan's independence come, go and read Slug Harrison. There's a very good book on that that he has written. They take over the region, the Balochistan province, by force, by killing people for the last 70 years. You see now educated people, the medical doctors, the physicists, the school professors are being forced to go and do suicide attacks. They're not lunatics. They're not extremists, but they're pushed to wall. Before that, go to Bengal. They killed their own people just because they wanted the right to speak their own language, the Bangla, a language that had a history attached to it, a language that had people like Rabindranath Tagore connected to it. They were killed, the professors and the students, just because they wanted their right to their language, which nobody forgets. Okay, now go to Sindh. In Karachi, the people who migrated to Pakistan with a feeling that we are going to a home that will be ours, they have not been owned by the Pakistanis. They're still called Mahajir.
Yeah.
After 80 years, they carry the Pakistani ID card. Go to the Gilgit Baltistan. There people are being killed by these military establishment. Pashtuns, I won't talk about it. The whole world knows about it. They've always used Pashtun lands for their interests and
Yeah.
usurped their resources. The Minerals Rights Act was signed a month or so ago in Pakistan, where they will be taking all the resources. Balochistan produces most of the natural gas, but they don't have gas. The biggest province, the richest province, is the worst economically and from the public services perspective. I'm giving these examples to you.
Mhm.
Even in Punjab, Punjab is only the area close to Lahore. If you
Yeah.
go to the far areas of Punjab, so southern Punjab and other areas, people living worst possible lives in that Pakistani state. So if a country is so atrocious against its own people, what do we expect them to be doing to the others, be that Afghans